Have you considered investing in dividend stocks? If so, why not consider the best of the breeds, companies that are dividend kings? These are the businesses that have raised their dividends for 50 or more years. In this video, we're going to be talking about all 37 dividend king stocks that exist right now in the stock market. The first company for us to review is Stanley Black & Decker, with ticker symbol SWK. It is an industrial sector business, which appears to be undervalued at this time. It has a dividend yield of 2.72% and has a price to earnings ratio of 11.6, which is below its own 5-year average. It has a dividend safety score of 90, making it a very safe dividend payer. And it was last increased its dividend in July of 2021 for 13%, making it a very fast dividend grower. This business has been paying its dividend for the past 54 years and increasing it year after year. It does pay its dividend on a quarterly basis. Next on our list, we have Lancaster Colony Corporation, which is a consumer staples business and has a dividend yield of 2.63%. Lancaster Colony Corporation has a price to earnings ratio of 32.1, which is above its 5-year average, and has a dividend safety score of 95, making it a very safe dividend payer. Last time that it increased its dividend goes back to November of 2021, where they increased it by 6.7%. Lancaster Colony Corporation has increased its dividend year after year for the past 58 years, and it does pay its dividend on a quarterly basis. Next on our list, we have Leggett and Platt, LEG. It's a consumer discretionary business with 4.76% dividend yield. It has a price to earnings ratio of 13.1, which is below its own 5-year average, and has a dividend safety score of 70, making it a safe dividend payer. Last time that they increased their dividend goes back to May of 2022, which they increased it by 4.8%, making it a slow dividend growth. Leggett and Platt has been increasing its dividend for the past 50 years, and it does pay its dividend on a quarterly basis. The next company to review is 3M. It's another industrials business with a dividend yield of 4.14%. It has a price to earnings ratio of 13.2, which is below its own 5-year average. Their dividend safety score is at 75, making it a safe dividend payer. The last time that 3M increased its dividend goes back to February of 2022, which they increased it by 0.7%. They have been increasing their dividend payment continuously for the past 63 years, making it another dividend king stock. They do pay their dividend on a quarterly basis. Parker Hannifin is the next business to review with ticker symbol PH. It's in industrials sectors and has a dividend yield of 2.06%. The price to earnings ratio for Parker Hannifin is at 13.5, which is below its own 5-year average. It has a very safe dividend safety score of 94. And the last time that they increased their dividend goes back to April, where they increased it by 29%, making it a very fast dividend growth back in April of 2022. Parker and Hannifin has been increasing its dividend for the past 65 years, and it does also pay its dividend on a quarterly basis. Next, we have a company in information technology, no other than Computer Services, ticker symbol CSVI. It does pay a dividend yield of 2.43%. Computer Services has a dividend safety score of 65, making it a safe dividend payer. The last time they increased their dividend goes back to July of 2021, where they increased it by 8%, making it a fast dividend growth. The company has been paying its dividend and growing it for the past 49 years, just at the mark of hitting that threshold of 50 years of dividend growth to become a dividend king stock. Next on our list, we have Sjw Group with ticker symbol SJW. It's a utilities business with a ticker symbol SJW and has a dividend yield of 2.37%. The price to earnings ratio for SJW is at 25.2, which is below its 5-year average. It has a dividend safety score of 99, making it a very safe dividend payer. Their last dividend growth goes back to January of 2022, where they increased it by 5.9%. Sjw Group has been increasing its dividend for the past 54 years, and it does pay its dividend quarterly. Next, we have a materials company with ticker symbol PPG for PPG Industries. It has a dividend yield of 1.97% and a price to earnings ratio of 16, which is below its own 5-year average. The dividend safety score here is at 93, making it a very safe dividend payer. This business has increased its dividend payments for the past 50 years, and the last time that they increased their dividend payment goes back to July of 2021, where they increased it by 9.3%. PPG also pays its dividend on a quarterly basis. Next, we have a real estate business, Federal Realty Investment Trust, ticker symbol FRT. It does pay its dividend quarterly and currently has a dividend yield of 3.91% annual. Their price to earnings ratio is at 22.7, which is in line with their own 5-year average. They have a borderline dividend safety score of 60, and their last dividend growth goes back to the 2020-2021, whereby they increased it by 1%. They have been increasing their dividend payment for the past 54 years. Next on our list, we have a Stepan company, ticker symbol SCL. It's a materials business and has a dividend yield of 1.26%. They have a price to earnings ratio of 15, which is below its own 5-year average, and has a dividend safety score of 99, making it a very safe dividend payer. The last time that they increased their dividend goes back to October of 2021, where they increased it by 9.8%. The good business, Stepan Company, has been increasing its dividend for the past 55 years, and it does pay its dividend currently on a quarterly basis. California Water Services Group, it's a utilities business with ticker symbol CWT, which is on our next pick. They do pay a dividend of 1.86% and has a price to earnings ratio of 27.4, which is below its own 5-year average. With a dividend safety score of 99, making it a very safe dividend payer. California Water Services Group has been increasing its dividend payments for the past 54 years. The last time they increased their dividend goes back to January of 2022, where they increased it by 8.7%. Next, we have American States Water, ticker symbol AWR, another utilities business where they have a dividend yield of 1.85%. Their price to earnings ratio is at 28.3, which is below their own 5-year average, and they have a dividend safety score of 98, making it a very safe dividend payer. They have been increasing their dividend for the past 67 years, and the last time that they increased it goes back to July of 2021 with a 9% increase at that time, making it a fast dividend growth. It also does pay its dividend quarterly. Before we move on and continue to review the rest of the Dividend King stocks, I just wanted to point out that we do have a video here whereby we talk about different 11 stock market sectors. We talk about each one of them and provide examples. You might want to check out that video and get to learn more about that. Next on our list, we have Nordson Corporation, ticker symbol NDSN. It's an industrial sector business with a dividend yield of just shy of 1%. With a price to earnings ratio of 22.3, which is in line with its own 5-year average. Nordson Corporation has a dividend safety score of 94, which is a very safe dividend payer mark. Their last time dividend increase goes back to August of 2021, where they increased it by 31%, making it a very fast dividend growth. They have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 59 years, and Nordson does pay its dividend quarterly. Cisco, with S, ticker symbol SYY, is a consumer staples business that does have a dividend yield of 2.55%. Their price to earnings ratio is at 18.8, which is below its own 5-year average, has a dividend safety score of 70, making it a safe dividend payer. They have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 52 years and do pay their dividend quarterly. Northwest Natural, it's a utilities business with ticker symbol NWN. It has been paying its dividend and increasing it for the past 67 years. And currently, they have a dividend yield of 3.73%. Their price to earnings ratio is at 18.6, and their dividend safety score is at 61. Colgate Palmolive, ticker symbol CL, is a consumer staples, which is on our list of Dividend King stocks with a dividend yield of 2.5% and the price to earnings ratio of 24.1, which is in line with its own 5-year average. Colgate Palmolive is another Dividend King stocks to consider. It has been increasing its dividend for the past 59 years and does pay its dividend quarterly. Tootsie Roll, ticker symbol TR, is another consumer staples with a dividend yield of 1.11%. It has a dividend safety score of 99, and it has been increasing its dividend for the past 56 years. Hormel Foods, another consumer staples with a dividend yield of 2.15% and a dividend safety score of 99. It has a price to earnings ratio of 24.1, which is in line with its own 5-year average. It has been increasing its dividend for the past 56 years. Hormel Foods last increased its dividend back in November of 2021, whereby they increased it by 6.1%, resulting in a grading of average dividend growth. Next on our list, we have a financials sector business, Commerce Bancshares, with ticker symbol CBSH. It has a dividend yield of 1.59% and a price to earnings ratio of 17.2, which is below its own 5-year average. It has a dividend safety score of 99, and it's been paying and increasing its dividend for the past 54 years. Msa Safety Incorporated, ticker symbol MSA, is an industrials business with a dividend yield of 1.53%. It has a price to earnings ratio of 22.9, which is in line with its own 5-year average, and has a dividend safety score of 99, making it a very safe dividend payer. Msa Safety Incorporated has been increasing its dividend for the past 55 years. Altria, ticker symbol MO, is a consumer staples business with a dividend yield of 7.05%. It has a price to earnings ratio of 10.3, which is in line with its own 5-year average. Their dividend safety score is at 55, though, which is borderline from a safety lens. They have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 52 years. Black Hills, the ticker symbol BKH, is a utilities business with a dividend yield of 3.25%. They have a price to earnings ratio of 17.9 and a dividend safety score of 77. They have been increasing their dividend for the past 51 years and currently do pay their dividend on a quarterly basis. Procter and Gamble, ticker symbol PG, is a consumer staples with a dividend yield of 2.58%. They are a very safe dividend payer with a score of 99, and they have a price to earnings ratio of 23.3, which is in line with their own 5-year average. Last, they increased their dividend back in April of 2022, which they increased it by 5%, making it the average dividend growth at the time. They have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 65 years. Procter and Gamble does pay its dividend quarterly. Johnson & Johnson is another reliable dividend payer, which is a Dividend King stock in healthcare with ticker symbol JNJ. With a dividend yield of 2.55%, Johnson & Johnson has a price to earnings ratio of 17.2, which is in line with its own 5-year average. It is a very safe dividend payer and has been increasing its dividend for the past 59 years straight. Next on our list, we have Lowe's, which is a consumer discretionary business with dividend yield of 1.73%. Their dividend safety is at 93, making it a very safe dividend payer. Their last dividend increase goes back to May of 2021, whereby they increased it by 33%. Their dividend growth streak currently is at 59 years. Universal, with ticker symbol UVV, is another business in consumer staples with a dividend yield of 5.24%. It has a borderline dividend safety, a score of 60, and they have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 50 years. Target, another consumer discretionary business with dividend yield of 2.32%. They have a very safe dividend payment score of 90, and their price to earnings ratio is at 13.5, which is around below their 5-year average. Their last dividend growth goes back to June of 2021 with 32% increase, making it a very safe dividend growth at that time. They have been increasing their dividend for the past 50 years. H.B. Fuller, the ticker symbol FUL, is a materials business, which is on our list of Dividend King stocks, with a dividend yield of 1.13% and a price to earnings ratio of 15.2, which is in line with its 5-year average. Dividend safety score here is at 70 and making it a safe dividend payer. And the last dividend growth goes back to April 2022, where they increased it by 13%, marking a very fast dividend growth. H.B. Fuller has been increasing its dividend payment for the past 52 years. Genuine Parts Company, ticker symbol GPC, is a consumer discretionary business with dividend yield of 2.79%. They have been increasing their dividend for the past 65 years, and the last time that they did so was back in February 2022, which they increased the dividend by 9.8%. Their price to earnings ratio is at 16.2, which is in line with their own 5-year average. Next, we have ABM Industrials Incorporated, with ticker symbol ABM. ABM Industries Incorporated has a dividend yield of 1.72% and a price to earnings ratio of 12.6, which is below their 5-year average. Dividend safety score is at 61, marking it as a safe dividend payer, and they have been increasing their dividend payment for the past 54 years. Next, we have Coca-Cola, which is a consumer staples, a dividend yield of 2.89%. Price to earnings ratio is currently at 24.4, which is in line with their own 5-year average, and a dividend safety score of 80, marking it a safe dividend payer. Coca-Cola has been increasing its dividend payment for the past 59 years. Emerson Electric, ticker symbol EMR, in an industrials business with dividend yield of 2.46%. With a dividend that is paid on a quarterly basis, Emerson Electric has been increasing its dividend payment for the past 64 years. Farmers and Merchants Bank Corp is a financials business with ticker symbol FMCB, with dividend yield of 1.66%. It is considered to be a very safe dividend payer, and it's been increasing its dividend payments for the past 59 years. It does pay its dividend on a semi-annual basis. Another financials is on our list of dividend kings. It's Cincinnati Financial with ticker symbol CINF. It does pay a dividend yield of 2.26%. Its price to earnings ratio is currently at 22, which is below its 5-year average. As for dividend safety, it has a score of 71, marking it as a safe dividend payer. And they have been increasing their dividend payments for the past 61 years. It does pay its dividend quarterly. WW Grainger, with ticker symbol GWW, is an industrials business with a dividend yield of 1.48%. It has a very safe dividend score of 99, and it's been increasing its dividend payment for the past 50 years. National Fuel Gas is another utilities business with 2.64% dividend yield. It does have a price to earnings ratio of 10 and a dividend safety score of 95. National Fuel Gas, it does pay its dividend quarterly, and it's been increasing its dividend payment for the past 51 years. Lastly, on the 37th spot, we have Dover, ticker symbol DOV, with a dividend yield of 1.53%. Dover is an industrials business with a dividend safety score of 89, marking it a very safe dividend payer. It has been increasing its dividend payments for the past 66 years, and it does pay its dividend quarterly. Well, there you have it, folks. A quick look into 37 high-quality dividend king stocks that exist in the stock market. Are you invested in any of these stocks at this time? What dividend stocks are you considering to add to your portfolio? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Here on Momentum Finance, we post every week several videos about investing, whether it's investing in dividend stocks, growth stocks, and high-quality index funds, as well as discussing ways to reach financial freedom. Thank you, and I hope to see you next time.